The world reels from the Thunderbolts' chaotic public debut. Sentry's uncontrolled powers and the team's aggressive tactics have sparked outrage. Politicians demand accountability as public protests erupt in multiple cities. Valentina tries to spin the situation in their favor, but trust in her leadership is eroding. Inside the team, Yelena questions whether they were ever heroes or just pawns. Ghost resurfaces after weeks in hiding and finds Bucky. She reveals she discovered dangerous tech traces tied to Latveria, the home of Dr. Doom, the designs match. Modifications in Sentry's neural core, suggesting someone tampered with his mind. Ghost suspects Valentina may be building a weaponized version of Doom's failed tech. Bucky agrees they need proof before confronting her. Valentina assigns a mission to Prague under the cover of investigating. Hydra Tech, Yelena, Sentry, and Ghost are deployed, while Red Guardian and Walker stay behind. Ghost believes the real target is an old Latverian lab. Meanwhile, Valentina secretly instructs Walker to report back every detail. She suspects Yelena and Ghost are going rogue again. In Prague, they uncover an underground facility with remnants of Latverian robotics. The tech is ancient but still active. Ghost interfaces with an unstable AI signature calling itself Alpha Doom. Suddenly, the system pulses and Sentry reacts violently to the signal. He collapses, struggling mentally. Yelena realizes something is awakening inside him. Back at HQ, Bucky breaks into Valentina's encrypted files and discovers Project Monarcha. Black Ops plan to replicate Doom's AI. It reveals the truth. Sentry's condition was induced, not natural. Meanwhile, Walker becomes suspicious of Valentina's silence but continues obeying orders. Bucky warns him the real threat isn't external. It's inside their own ranks. Sentry begins hallucinating and grows volatile under the influence of the Doom signal. During a sweep of the facility, he loses control, destroying part of the underground lab. Civilians nearby are injured in the chaos. Yelena risks her life to stabilize him, and Ghost shuts down the source. The mission is now a mess and Valentina blames them. Valentina declares the mission compromised and orders them back immediately. Yelena refuses and tells Ghost they're being played. Red Guardian discovers listening devices in their gear. Valentina has been tracking everything. The team prepares to go rogue, but Walker activates their location beacon, triggering a global alert. Now they're officially fugitives. Across news channels, the Thunderbolts are labeled as traitors. Sentry is called a global threat, while Yelena is accused of espionage. Valentina sends out Thunderbolts Black, a secondary strike team led by Walker, to bring them in. Ghost wipes their traces as the team escapes to the Swiss Alps, following the signal Ghost decrypted from Prague. In the snowy mountains, the fugitives discover an abandoned Latverian AI facility buried in ice. Inside, Doom's original plans are archived schematics for a global defense override system. Ghost decodes it and learns the AI is not just signal-based but has remote activation nodes globally. Valentina had accessed this before they even formed the Thunderbolts. Bucky warns the team that Valentina plans to awaken Doom's AI as a global defense grid, masking it as protection but preparing for control. He suggests destroying the main server to prevent activation. Yelena wants to expose the truth to the world. Red Guardian reminds them that Valentina still controls. Military protocol, they need a smart strategy. To gain entry into Thunderbolts. HQ again, they must convince Walker to switch sides. Red Guardian reaches out secretly. At a meetup in northern Canada, Walker confronts Bucky and demands the full truth. Bucky shows him Project Monarch files and Doom's AI logs. Shocked and conflicted, Walker begins to question his loyalty to Valentina. Walker agrees to help but under one condition: no civilian casualties. The rogue Thunderbolts reunite, now a 7-man unit. Ghost builds portable disruptors, and Red Guardian maps their route through HQ's underground access points. Sentry, still unstable, offers to lead the charge if needed. The final mission is in motion. Under cover of night, the team sneaks into Thunderbolts HQ via old sewers beneath the compound. Ghost disables early warning systems. Yelena and Walker lead the vanguard while Bucky and Sentry stay close for power support. Valentina is alerted but thinks it's a system glitch until she sees a camera feed of Yelena walking through the hall inside the AI control room. Ghost finds that Doom's code is already active, running on a skeleton network that controls defense drones in orbit. A timer is counting down. In less than 40 minutes, it will fully activate worldwide. The team now faces a race against time, not just for survival, but for the world. Sentry begins reacting again. Visions of war and destruction fill his head. He grabs his own skull, trying to resist the mental invasion. Yelena talks him through it, reminding him he's not a weapon. Through willpower, he regains focus, but tells her he can't hold it back for long. "If I turn, end it," he says. Valentina appears in the control room with an armed guard. She declares herself the protector of peace, accusing the team of betrayal. She argues that Doom's AI is the only path to order in a multiversal world. Bucky replies, "You don't fight madness with more control, you fight it with freedom." Valentina activates Doom-encoded drones. Hundreds pour out from the compound's upper floors, attacking the team. Sentry leaps into the fray, holding the line. Red Guardian tosses EMP grenades while Ghost disrupts systems. Walker shields Yelena as she hacks the core. The fight is brutal, close, personal, and desperate. Ghost pushes into the AI core but gets locked inside when Valentina triggers a countermeasure. Trapped, she uploads the truth into a live broadcast, files, footage, and messages detailing Project Monarch and Doom's AI. With her last effort, she sets the server to overload. Then everything explodes. Around the world, the footage streams in real time. Governments, SHIELD agents, and civilians witness Valentina's betrayal. Thunderbolts are cleared of wrongdoing. The public rallies behind them, labeling them as the real Avengers. Valentina is caught trying to flee and is arrested mid-escape by SHIELD remnants. In the ruins of the compound, the team regroups. Sentry lies unconscious but stable. Yelena searches for Ghost but finds only fragments of her gear, no body. Bucky silently mourns. Walker thanks them and declines another government offer. Red Guardian decides to go back to Russia, but not as a soldier. Later, Bucky receives an encrypted message on his device coordinates from an unknown sender. It's Ghost's ID code. He tracks it to a hidden base in Europe. When he arrives, he sees only a single figure watching over a console. The screen flickers. Doom online to 3% sensed. Ghost is alive, weak and drained, but alive. She explains that she barely phased out before the overload. A masked figure saved her, someone watching them all along. She refuses to name him. But we see a shadowy image in the background. Victor Von Doom. In Latveria, a metal vault opens. Dr. Doom walks into a high-tech throne room, donning a new green cloak and polished armor. "They used my code without permission," he says. Coldly, "Now they'll pay the price." He taps into the global satellite feed and smiles. His era begins. The team disbands for now. Yelena vanishes off-grid. Sentry is held under SHIELD medical watch. Walker takes time to reassess his identity. Bucky sends one last encrypted message. "They called us Thunderbolts. That was their name. Next time, we choose our own." Nick Fury is seen at a secure space station reviewing footage of the event. He speaks to Sam Wilson and says, "The world's changing again, and Doom is just the beginning." Sam nods. They prepare a list of potential recruits, those untouched. By corruption. Fury sends secret invites to several unknown heroes. We see screens showing names like Moon Knight, Kate Bishop, and Shang-Chi. "We're building a team," Fury says. But not for now, for what's coming in 2026. Behind him, a file labeled Doom Protocol is marked classified. In the final moments, we see a multiversal crack forming over Earth. A voice Kong's echoes faintly. One war ends. Another begins. A rip forms in the sky above Latveria. Doom watches it from his castle tower. He smiles slightly. "Let them come." In a post-credit scene, Yelena receives an old video file from Natasha Romanoff stored in a hidden vault. Natasha's voice speaks about sacrifice, free will, and trust. Yelena tears up, clutching her sister's pendant. She turns and walks away into the shadows. Her next chapter begins on a final monitor screen. Hidden deep underground, a red light blinks. The Doom AI survived in fragment form. A line of code flashes. Prepare for Doomwave. Suddenly, the screen cuts to black dot as orchestral music swells, bold text appears. The Thunderbolts will return. Underneath, smaller words fade in. In Avengers, Doomsday, 2026. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: this team changed everything.